under the sun that will pull us down from our fire for the Lord. To be on fire for the Lord. Another thing that will pull us down, it would be perversion. Okay? Perversion, what do you mean by perversion? Something that is good, that it had turned bad. Isang magandang bagay na pervert, isang maganda, naging pangit. Alam niyo po, pumunta po ako sa Korea. 2 weeks ago, I was in Korea, and our Church of God family there, Filipino Church of God in Korea, they invited me to preach there for 3 days, no po. And pero na rin po kasamang pasyal, sinama ko na po yung aking mga anak, aking asawa, and we went there and I ministered to our Church of God Filipino, no po. Church of God Filipino congregation in Korea. And my stay in Korea was very, very pleasant, I tell you. I love the country of Korea. The place, it was really pleasant. The congregation, they were so nice. They were so hospitable to me. Nakakatuwa po ang congregation po natin. Ito po ay mga OFW na mga Pilipino. At sila po ay nandun. Everything was pleasant. The ministry, the tour, the malling, the food, the kimchi, everything was good. Everything, it was really pleasant. Except for one thing. I have ministered for the first day. On the first day, it's okay. The second day, it was all right. As we move along, nagkakaroon ka na ng kaibigan doon sa mga kongregasyon. Kaibigan ko na sila, kaibigan na nila ako. And somehow we have become close sa maiksing panahon na yon. And the congregation, a mother of 2, approached me. She shook my hand, hinawakan niya yung aking kamay, and he looked straight to my eyes. Sabi niya sa akin, Pastor, TNT ako rito. Nagko-confess po siya, Pastor, TNT po ako rito, sabi ng babae. Wow, alam niyo po, I don't know what to say. I really don't know. I was dumbfounded. I don't know what to say. On this pulpit, I talk to you about, kapatid, sana huwag kang aalis. Sana lagi mong kasama, Mrs. or Mr. Pag aalis ka, sama mo. No? Mahirap ang magkahiwalay. Now, I am face-to-face with this mother of 2. No po? Iniwan po sa Pilipinas. At siya po ay nandun sa Korea. Tinanong ko po sa pastora. No po? That woman who told me that she is a TNT in Korea, siya po ay nag-i-stay na sa Korea for 13 long years. 13 long years. Bihira. Hindi niya nakikita, hindi niya nahahawakan ng kanyang anak. Kung makikita man niya, Skype lang, hindi niya mahahawakan. 13 long years. Sabi ko, pambihira bilang ama, bilang magulang. Hindi ko yata kaya yun. 13 long years. Siya po ay pumunta doon. Siyempre, kailangan tugunan ang pangangailangan, tustusan ang pangangailangan ng kanyang mga anak. 13 long years. Hindi ko po maakot kung paano kakayanin ng tigdig yun. Hindi ko kaya. So, nagtanong na po ako sa pastora. Sabi ko, ano pa ba ang istorya dito ng mga kapatiran natin? Sabi niya, meron kaming miyembro. Sabi niya, isang lalaki. May pamilya siya sa Pilipinas. Meron din isang babae. May pamilya din sa Pilipinas. Nagtagpo sa simbahan at sila ay gumawa ng sarili nilang pamilya. Ganon, sabi ko. Ganon, oo. May pamilya, gumawa ng sariling pamilya. Hindi pa tapos. Sabi nila, Pastora, pwede bang ikasal mo kami? Sabi ko, Pastora, ano ginawa mo? Siyempre hindi. Sabi niya, siyempre hindi. May kanya-kanyang pamilya yun. Something that was good, it turned into something that is bad. That husband, he left the country. He sacrificed so much to go to Korea to support his family. Kaya nga siya umalis para matugunan ang pangangailangan ng kanyang pamilya sa Pilipinas. Pambihira. Pagdating doon, gumawa siya ng another family. Wow! Wow! Sabi ko, something that is good had turned into something that is bad. Na-pervert po. Hindi po maganda po yun. Hindi po maganda. Ang hirap ng lusutan ng ganong problema. If we are in that scenario, yan po talaga nakakaputi ng buhok yan. Pag pinasok po natin yung mga ganong scenario. Anyway, what am am I talking about here? Ito po ang sabi ng Ephesians chapter 5, verse 33. Sabi ni Paul, nevertheless, let each one of you in particular so love his what? His what? Own wife. Own wife. Nevertheless, let each one of you in particular so love his own wife, not the other wife. Okay? And let the wife see that she respects her husband. Importante po ito. Ang pag-iisang dibdib, ang marriage, ang sanctity of marriage, ang pagiging sagrado ng kasalan, kailangan po natin pananatiliin. Ito po ay nakasulat sa Biblia, nakakalat sa mga pahina ng Biblia, ang dapat na katapatan sa mag-asawa. Importante po yan. Now, another perversion that I see, and this is very rampant in the Philippines right now, another perversion. And when I preach about this, again, I am just telling the truth. I don't want to offend anyone, but I would be speaking about the truth. Another perversion that is happening so much, and it will pull us down. Ito po yung old self that gets in the way. Another perversion that is happening under the sun, it would be homosexuality. Ito po. At alam niyo po, sinasabi po ng Biblia, hindi po pwede yan. Ito po ang sabi sa Biblia in Matthew chapter 19, verse 45. Let me just read this to you. And Jesus answered and said to them, have you not read? Hindi po ba nabasa? Hindi po ba nabasa? Have you not read that He who made them at the beginning made them what? In the beginning, sa pasimula pa lang, ang nilikha ng Diyos, He made them male and female. Lalaki, nilikha niya ang lalaki at babae. He created Adam and Eve. He did not create Adam and Steve. In verse 5, He said, and Jesus continued, for this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. At pagbabasahin mo pa ng tuloy-tuloy yan, what God has joined together, let no man separate. Mabigat po yan. Ngayon nga lang po, sabi ng mga homosexuals, hindi pwede yan. Kailangan pwede rin kami. Kailangan ng same-sex marriage. Sinasabi na ng Bible, hindi pwede. Sabi ng mga tao, hindi pwede pa rin yan. Kailangan ipasa sa batas, kailangan ipasa sa Senado, pwedeng lalaki sa lalaki, pwedeng babae sa babae. At gusto po nila na igitna ang mga ministro, igitna nila ang officiating minister, lalaki sa lalaki, at may magkakasal na officiating minister to unite them. Itong perversion na ito, there must be a minister and to witness this mockery before God. Can you imagine that? Perversion, male to male, merong ministro, kailangan ng bendisyon ng simbahan, a mockery before God. Hindi obra. Sinasabi na nga ng Bible, hindi pwede. Male and female. Where, sa katigasan ng ulo ng tao, for discussion sake, okay? For discussion sake, sabihin na natin, sige na, down the road, ipapasa sa Senado yan. Down the road, ipapasa sa Kongreso yan. At ang aking panalangin, sa totoo lang, pag naipasa yan, sana wala na ako dito sa lupa. Pag naipasa yan. Down the road, yung mga ating mga kabataan, ito na ang kanilang dadatnan. Down the road, maipapasa yan. Sabihin na natin naipasa na. Sasabihin natin, sige, payag na yung ating gobyerno. Nakakatakot po yun. Payag na ang gobyerno na makasal ang lalaki sa lalaki. Payag na. Ang tanong, yung ating the physiological aspect, the physical aspect, pumapayag kaya? Pwede kaya sa physical aspect? Ito po ang report ng GMA7. Ang GMA7 po ay nag-report patungkol po sa HIV and AIDS. Ang GMA7 din po ang nagpro-promote ng My Husband's Lover. So, hindi ko maintindihan nyo. So ito po ang findings ng GMA. Ito po kanila, sabi nila, HIV transmission sa Pilipinas, 2013. Isang tao kada isang oras at kalahati ay nagkakaroon ng positive sa HIV. And by the way, if you have acquired HIV or AIDS, this is a disease that there is no cure anymore. Maghihintay ka na lang ng kamatayan mo. Pag na-acquire mo to, that's it. Maghintay ka na lang ng kamatayan mo. Pambihira. At sabi po, ngayon, sa panahon natin, ngayon, dahil na-promote po ang homosexuality, parang okay lang ang homosexuality. Isang tao sa isang oras at kalahati ay nagiging positive ng HIV. Bago po ako matapos sa preaching ko ngayon, before I finish our worship service, which runs 1.5 hours, meron pong isang tao na magpapositive ng HIV sa Pilipinas. Let me move on. Naitalang kaso ng HIV, 2013, there would be 14,474 cases in the Philippines. Reported. Siguro meron ng nararamdaman, meron ng asiwa na pakiramdam, magpapacheck up, then they discovered HIV positive na po siya. So hindi po kasama dito, hindi po nakatala ang mga hindi nagpa-check up. At yung mga hindi pa nagpa-check up, syempre, nagpapatuloy ang kanilang pagtatalik. Hindi sila nagpapacheck up. Ito yung na-check up lang. 14,000 plus na po. Magpapatuloy po ang kanilang pagsasurvey. Bagong kaso ng HIV, July 2013, 449. July alone, 449 in the Philippines na po. At ang tanong po nila, paano ba na itra-transmit? Paano ba na ipanghahawa ang sakit na walang kagalingan? Paano ba na itra-transmit ito? Ito po ang kanilang sinabi. Bagong kaso ng HIV, paraan ng paghawa. Paano ka ba mahahawa? Male to male. Ilang percent? 95%. Sinasabi lang hindi pwede. Sabi na nga ng Bible, hindi pwede. Pipilitin ng ating katawan. Hindi nga pwede. Magkakaroon ka ng sakit. Bago ko magpatuloy, baka natutulog yung katabi mo, sabihin mo lang, hindi pwede. Sabihin mo lang, baka natutulog, baka hindi nga nag-gets yung mensahe ngayon. Hindi nga pwede. Diba? Hindi nga pwede. Ipipilit mo, hindi nga pwede. Gustuhin mo nga, hindi nga pwede. Magkakasakit ka. Well, ang tao matigas ang ulo. Sabi ng mga tao, hindi, pwede. Pwede yan. Ipipilit natin. May paraan. May paraan para maipakita natin ang pagmamahala natin sa isa't isa. Pwede. Ipipilit natin. No? Babalik na po ako sa Bible. Babalik po ako dito. Ito po sabi ng Bible. In Genesis chapter 19, verse 4 and 5. Ito po yung merong anghel na dumalaw na po kay Lot, the nephew of Abraham. Meron na pong angel na dumalaw po kay Lot. At ang anghel po galing sa langit. Anghel na galing sa langit, oobserbahan. Ano ba ang gagawin natin sa Sodom? Ano ba gagawin natin? Anghel na dumalaw galing sa langit. Sabi po dito, before they had gone to bed, matutulog na po yung mga anghel. May bisita ng anghel. Naniniwala ba ho kayo? Ang anghel pwede kang bisitahin? Do you agree with that? I agree with that. Angels have visited this church several times. Before they have gone to bed, the angel and Lot, all the men from every part of the city of Sodom, both young and old, surrounded the house. Okay? All the men from every part of the city. They called to Lot, where are the men? The angels. Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us so that we can have sex with them. Church, ako po ay nagulat sa aking paulit-ulit na pagbabasa ng Biblia. Napansin ko po itong talata na ito. No? All the men from every part of the city, young and old, generation and generation, lahat po sila naging homosexual. Can you imagine that? All the men in the city? Nai-imagine nyo ba? Ang lahat ng lalaki sa Dasmariñas nakatiklop ang kamay? Imagine mo. Hindi ko ma-imagine yun. lahat ng lalaki sa Cavite, ano po, sa isang probinsya ng Cavite, kung saan nagsimula ang revolusyon. Nagrevolusyon! Ang hirap nito. All the men in the city, tumilamsik ang dali. Wala nang lalaki. At alam niyo, pag wala nang lalaki, ayaw na, ang bakla, ayaw na sa bakla. Ayaw na nila. They want new one. And now, they didn't know it would be an angel of God. So, ito po ang aking pananaw. Para po maging homosexual ng isang syudad. Hirap isipin. Para po maging homosexual ang isang syudad, there must be a game changer. There must be a catalyst. Merong nagsimula, may nagsisimula niyan, para ang buong syudad ay mahawa lahat at maging homosexual. Ang tawag ko po dito ay game changers. Sa panahon po natin ngayon, sabi ko, pwedeng mangyari yun. Sino ba ang mga game changer ngayon sa Pilipinas na hahawaan ang ating mga anak? Sino ba ang mga game changer? Ipapakita ko po sa inyo, ang game changers. Oha? Oha? Diba? Ito pa isa. Oha? Game changers. Okay? Another game changer. Oha? At isa pa. Ayan. At syempre marami yan. Syempre marami yan. Hindi lang yan. Ako, hindi ko na po alam kung sino yung iba. What's my point? I watch television. I want to watch news. I want to watch a good show. And every channel would have something like this. Every channel. Lahat ng prime time. Bihira naman. Ano ba to? Wala ka nang mapanood. May ganyan. At tatawa ang mga tao. Tatawa yung anak ko. Pag napanood, tatawa siya. Shhh! Anong nakakatawa? Nakakatawa dyan. Walang nakakatawa eh. The more our children will be watching this, they will be confused. What is male and what is female? They will be confused. And later on, they will be confused about themselves. And later on, ito po yung acceptance ng society. Ito po, na-change po. Hindi, sa tingin ko po, hindi po yan game changers. Sila po ay gay changers. What is my point? Alam niyo po, tawa-tawa tayo, ganyan. No? Kakatawa, sikat sila. No? Nakakatawa, tawa-tawa. Pag ang anak mong lalaki, nagsimula na kumembot, hindi ka natatawa, kapatid. Hindi ka natatawa. Again, let me say this with love. I don't mean to offend you. I just want to preach what is the truth. Somebody from the pulpit must share what is the truth. And I have to tell you the truth. Let me move on. So, nagkagano na po ang buong syudad. Ito na po ang mangyayari. Ipipilit natin na pwede? Sige, pilit natin pwede. Verse 12. Then the angel said to Lot, have you anyone else here, son-in-law, your sons, your daughters, and whomever you have in the city? Take them out of this place. Why? For we will destroy this place. Because the outcry against them has grown great before the face of the Lord, and the Lord has sent us to destroy you. Ipipilit mo pwede? Sabi ng Biblia, hindi. Sinabi ng pisikal, hindi pwede. Ipipilit mo pa rin. Kapatid, gugunawin ng Diyos ng sanlibutan dahil dito. The more homosexuals will grow, the more that we see them rampant, this is one of the signs that the Lord is coming very soon. I tell you, one of the signs. Hindi papasa sa mata ng Diyos ang ganitong trabaho. Hindi papasa. Huwag na natin ipilit. Hindi tatanggapin ng Panginoong Diyos. Babagsakan niya ng nag-aapoy na asupre ang isang syudad pag nakita niya ganito. Hindi papasa. But somebody has to preach it. Somebody must be a game changer. These are not the game changers. You are the real game changers. You will change the tempo of the game if we speak out. We have to speak out. We have to speak the truth. We have to speak the love of Christ with much passion in our hearts. And so, this graph, let me go back to the graph. We have to bring it up. We have to pull it up. We have to set our hearts on fire again. Can I say it again? Set our hearts on fire again for the Lord. Somebody has to share. Game changers. Game changers. You are the game changers. Do it with much passion. I'll go over time. Forgive me for doing that. Let me share to you about my dad. This is my dad. Full-blooded Chinese. Yan po ang aking papa. He came from Xiamen, China. Siya po ay nagkaroon ng pangalawang asawa. Kami po yung pangalawang pamilya. And my mother, siya po ay, she grew up in a Protestant home. My father, he was an atheist. Walang kinikilalang Diyos ang aking ama. At ito po ang aking alaala sa aking ama. 9 years old, my dad passed away. And this is what I remember about my dad. Every time my mother will go to church, tuwing pupunta po sa simbahan, ang aking nanay, dadalhin niya po ako, magbibihis kami. At habang magbibihis kami ni nanay, kanyang mga anak, sasabihin niya sa aking papa, Kana, that's the name of my dad, Kana, simba tayo. Linggo-linggo yan, sasabihin ng nanay ko, simba tayo. Ang sasabihin ng aking papa, Alice, ang hindi ko kita, hindi paniwala. Yun lagi ang maririnig ko. Next Sunday, yayayain na naman ng nanay ko, sasabihin ni papa, hindi kita, hindi paniwala. Yan, lumaki po ako ng gano'n. Yun po ang naririnig ko sa aking ama. Hindi kita, hindi paniwala. 65 years old, my dad, 1 week before my father died. This is now the story of my mom. My mom telling me this story. Some of you have heard this, but this time it has a new twist. 1 week before my father died, nagkaroon po sila ng midnight snack ni nanay. Ayan, wow, how sweet ah. Naglabas daw po yung aking tatay ng mansanas, hinati sa gitna. Alice, hati tayo. Wow, how sweet. Midnight snack, kain sila. And my father was asking my mother, sabi niya, Alice, meron bang Diyos? At 65, my father was asking. An atheist, my father was asking my mom, meron bang Diyos? Sabi ng nanay ko, merong Diyos. Bakit mo naman naitanong? Ngayon mo pa tinong, lagi-lagi kitang niyayaya sa church, ayaw mo. Bakit ngayon mo lang naitanong? So my dad started explaining, sabi niya, kasi kagabi, I don't know if I was dreaming, I was awake, or I was asleep, I don't know. Maybe I was in the middle, nasa gitna ako. And suddenly, the room of our door opened, and slowly, a black smoke billowed in. It's coming into our room, black smoke, foul smoke, mabantot, mabaho, foul smoke, billowed in, and it has filled the room with black smoke. And later on, a few more minutes, the smoke had cleared, and when it has cleared, nung luminaw na yung kwarto, I saw this one. Yan nakita ko. So, si Papa, wala po siyang way para i-define ito. Hindi siya Kristiyano, wala siyang alam. Hindi kita, hindi paniwala, di ba? So, bigla niyang nakita to, hindi niya ma-describe, hindi niya alam kung anong pangalan nito. So, he had a hard time explaining it to my mom, what he saw. Sabi niya, may nakahood, nakatalubong, naglilisik yung mata, may kalawit. Tinatawag ako. Tinatawag ako. Hindi ako sumama. 65 years old. Nagtalukbong ako sa takot. Sabi ng papa ko, 65. Na ini-imagine ko, 65 years old, nakatalukbong. No, natatakot siya. And then, few more minutes, unti-unti niya pong binaba yung kanyang blanket, and everything was clear. It was gone. So he was asking my mom, ngayon, Alice, meron bang Diyos? Sabi ng nanay ko, merong Diyos, tulog na tayo. Hindi na po in-explain ni nanay. Tulog na tayo. Natakot. Hindi na na-explain. After a week, my dad had a heart attack. He passed away. This is what I see and this is what I preach for many years. My dad had a window of opportunity, 1 week window of opportunity for someone to share the gospel to my dad. 1 week of a window of opportunity. That if there would be somebody who is passionate enough to share the gospel, 1 week window of opportunity. For many years, sabi ko, pambihira, walang nagbahagi sa tatay ko. Tanong ako sa kapitbahay. Tanong ako sa nearby Baptist church in our village. Have you talked to my dad? Have you shared the gospel? None. Wala. Wala bang nakapag-share sa tatay ko? Kasi pag walang nakapag-share sa papa ko, hindi kami magkikita. Hindi kami magkikita. So ito po yung bit ko lagi sa puso ko. Ito lagi ang bit ko sa puso ko. Pambihira pa, hindi kami makita. Later on, sa paghahalukay ko po ng aking drawer, nakita ko po yung isang letter. Ito pong letter na ito. This was the first and last letter of my dad. When my father died, binigay ito sa akin ng nanay ko. Sabi, Anthony, wood lamination pa yan. Never bother to ask what it is written there. What is written there. This year, out of the blues, nakatuwaan ko. Sabi ko, pwede ko kaya pa-interpret ito? Ano ba ang ibig sabihin itong letter na ito? You would be reading it from right to left. And this is the interpretation po, sentence by sentence. Ito po ang ibig sabihin. This is what my father wrote. Heaven and earth create being. Children are from parents. Everything have its source. Forget not care and love of provider. Sabi ko, sige po, palakpakan natin. Maybe this is a simple point. Maybe it doesn't mean so much for you. But for me, it means so much. Why? Aside from that, this is a letter from my dad. Sabi ko, pambihira, for an atheist to talk about heaven, that is something to me. For an atheist to talk about the provider, parents, and the great provider, our God, this is something for me. Sabi ko nga, siguro doon sa window, 1 week window of opportunity, merong isang game changer. Merong isang game changer na dumanaw sa bahay namin. At naipakilala ang Panginoong Jesucristo. At ngayon, sabi ko, wow, merong tsansa na makikita kami ng tatay ko sa langit.